Yes, friends, thank you for joining in and welcome to our another live podcast. Today we are going to talk about what is the impact of recent elections on our business. So, even though we have city, our state, our federal level elections, US position is such in global economy that our elections play a very important role, not just on our daily life, on our politics, but also plays a very vital role on our economy and our business, especially in today's circumstances when we had a major tariff tug of war. So it would honestly be not fair not to talk about what's going on in our politics, even though our platform is very, business focused, but it's very important to realize and analyze and see that how, our political arena is shaping up and how that is going to impact our business. I'll give you a very quick example that we used to do our annual charity show and a charity fundraising event every year where we actually auction a cricket ball every year and we generate funds for the cancer hospital. Now this cricket bat comes from Pakistan every year, and it was usually signed by different cricket celebrities, and most of the time it's signed by the great Imran Khan. Unfortunately, Imran Khan is in jail right now for, very unfortunate politics, which we're not going to talk about. But it's actually, we were fortunate to get another bat signed by another celebrity, Shoaib Akhtar, who was a great cricket player and a great baller and what have you. But the thing I want to share with you is that this used to be, like a free bat for us, and whatever funds we generate, we give it to cancer hospital. Unfortunately, this year, I was surprised when I received this bat. UPS said that we have to pay $53 for tariff. Now, it was shocking to me because I never really realized that this bat would cost us anything. Now, if you really look at this bat, the cost of this bat is about $50 to begin with. Now, this is a $50 bat, but yes, it's signed by a celebrity. Now, of course, it increases its value a little bit, but nevertheless, this is total 100% charity. Believe it or not, that we have to actually pay $53 for the import duty only because of our new tariff policy. Likewise, if people are sending small gifts like clothing material and what have you, from different countries, I mean, it's not just for business, even for personal use, you will be paying tariff. I actually have a friend who actually was getting some carpet for some church, which is a total, registered charity, and it was actually money donated by people locally here in the United States, but the carpet was coming from Turkey, and believe it or not, that the tariff amount was pretty big, and so these are the things which I'm not sure if these were thought through. That this money is not paid by foreign entities. This money is paid by U.S. Citizens, by people like us. So now that is really impacting our consumer cost, our living, our expenditures. And then, of course, a lot of us were very excited, especially lots of businesses were excited with, Trump's election. But all this confusion, which in my humble opinion, that this tariff was not really thought through, that it's really not benefiting U.S. economy. It's actually hurting U.S. economy more so than helping. I mean, as you can see, I'm wearing red over blue, and really we just saw the blue wave in November 4th election all across the United States. And, it's important that we have some competition, because competition, really make us think twice. And sometimes failures actually help us think better and learn more lessons, because successes, we are so blinded by the success that we don't really look at, what are our mistakes. But failures, setbacks, sometimes help us look at our mistakes. So I hope that this major setback with all these setbacks, whether that is in New York City with Zohran Mamdani, or whether that is in New Jersey, or whether that is in Virginia, whether that is in California, anywhere in United States, whatever setback we have, especially whatever setback Trump's campaign had, our Republican Party had, then I hope that will help, President Trump and the whole Republican Party think and look back and think that what mistakes they have made, which have, made New York City people come in double the numbers. I mean, right now, you see on November 4th, Mamdani was able to bring in new voters. In this election, where it was about 23% turnout in last mayor election, now this year on November 4th, it was almost 40%. So almost double turnout. And then, he was able to secure over a million votes, whereas the total vote casted last term was around million. So he was able to get another 20% voters, even though that's still 40%. It's not 100%. We had 60 some percent at some point, but usually, only 20% people are voting in the city elections, town elections, 18, 15, 20%. That's not really good, but that's the case. But this time, Zohran Mamdani was able to bring in new peoples, new voters, galvanize all those people who are especially marginalized, and they get impacted by these policies far more than some of the business, big business owners. So these people really get impacted with all these tariff wars and all these new mandates, which sometimes we don't think it through. That we don't look at that when we are putting the tariff, it's not just one side of the coin. There is another side of the coin and how that is impacting. I only gave you one simple impact and one simple example. But reality is that all the products we are producing today, we live in literally a global village. There is no way that we can isolate ourselves and we say, okay, we're going to bring the manufacturing. This is going to force us to bring the manufacturing in the United States. No, we do not live in 17th, 18th century. We are living in 20th century. And in that 20th century, we're living in a global village. And the economy is a global economy. If you are not bringing products from overseas, then you must be bringing raw material. And if the duty is the duty and the duty is also on the raw material, what are you going to do then? So there's just no way that we could produce everything and we can isolate ourselves. It's not going to be possible. So we have to think that by putting tariff, did we really boost our economy, or did we actually cripple our economy, or we are going to cripple our economy? So I was a big believer in Trump and Republican, thinking of business and all that. But honestly, there are many people like me who had a major setback with all these, knee-jerk policies without thinking through. And I hope this election really help us look into our policies and see what mistakes we have made. And if we don't really look at it, then unfortunately, people will be replaced. One good news is that we live in liberal democracy, where democracy takes its course and people really, bring in the change. They brought in the change in the president election, definitely clear change, clear win. And likewise, they brought in very clear change, and they came in numbers and double the numbers. I mean, the turnout in New York City alone was around 40% instead of being 20%. And then, Zohran Mamdani getting over 50% votes. Some of the people saying, well, if Republican Party would have joined, independent Andrew Cuomo, then basically they could have won. Now they could have not. If you really look at and analyze the numbers, then Zohran Mamdani got more than all the other candidates combined. And it's never the case that all the candidates, don't exist. It just doesn't happen in the liberal democracy, and should not happen. So I'm really glad with this change, and I see this as a positive change because that will help us course correction. So that's really the whole that's the whole purpose of democracy. And I hope that we live in true democracy and we listen to other people and we listen to other views. But the most important thing is that these type of moves do play a major role in our economy and as well as it play a major role in our business. So, right now, I mean, a lot of businesses are very majorly impacted by, these policies. I mean, even I'm in real estate construction and real estate development and senior management business, senior living management business now. And I see a huge impact as well. And, as you can see, the cost of living is going through the roof. And look at your grocery prices, or look at any of the, household items you buy. Everything is going through the roof. And especially after the tariffs, this really has impacted. And the other thing is the immigration policy, in my humble opinion, is again another not very well thought out, because we are really land of immigrants, and that immigrants really play very vital role in our research and development. We bring in best of the best brains in this country. But if we stop that, then think about what's going to happen with our technology. I mean, you see most of the technologies are coming to United States, from brain all across the globe. But if you see that our best competitor, China, right now, these people are presenting most number of papers in the AI technology. Look at what's going on with their, in their cities and their transportation and in their, in all of their matters. So they basically are really developing technology very, very fast. Because they have their focus on that. Whereas, unfortunately, our focus is really, we are pushing people away. We're pushing brain away. So we really need to focus back that we don't push the people. Because when you push those people away, what's happening is that then people have scare. A lot of people have scare that, what's going to happen, and they are not buying houses. They are not buying, they're not making major buying decisions. They're putting hold on things because they're scared of their jobs. They're scared of, being pushed outside of the country. So because of all these reasons, we are seeing major shift in our, economic condition, in our cost of living. So, I see that this election really have shown us the change people are looking for. People want course correction. They want to really put the positive focus on economy and compete in technology, not in tariffs. So I hope that this gives us really a focus in inward instead of outward direction. And I hope we compete in technology and our human resources instead of competing in tariffs, and then we actually not only build policies for few in the top, but for 90 plus people in the bottom and middle. So anytime people have really brought in positive change and brought the nation ahead, that's only possible by taking care of those 90% of the people. That 10% of the people, if you just focus on that, then you can actually build an elite group. You do not build a strong nation. So, and then if there is no strong nation, then unfortunately there's no strong narrative. And if there's no strong narrative, then you do not have, a strong and healthy nation that can prosper in the long run. So with that, I would just say that we are here to compete in technology and in human resources, and I hope that we look at this change as a positive change, and so we can really build sustainability in our economy with healthy competition instead of thinking of tariffs and those strategies that are very short-lived. We need to think long-term and think through all those issues before we actually implement them. That I hope you give your opinion and you give your thoughts, that what do you think that how we can help our economy and our human resource, what policies we need and what policies we need to push forward with our people and processes, so that can help our human development efforts and our 90% of our population that hence that will take us, forward as a nation as well. Thank you for watching, and I look forward for your feedback. Thank you.